Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So today is second day for our Pāļi study. So first time I introduced about the Pāļi language. Now we are continue with studying the alphabets or letter in Pāļi. So first time I introduced the letters included in the Gatra group or fast group. Now the second group we will go. So the second group is maybe platter. So platters are second group. So those platters so comes from our palate. So our palate maybe in our mouth, place of articulation, second place. So higher than the, our throat. So when we pronounce these letter, so at the time when we touch our throat, so above throat, we can, feel, vibration. So the first one is, ja. Ja means a little bit higher than the, throat. So cha. And then here ja and the cha. So the ja is without aspirate sound, without hard sound. Okay, so that is why the same as the fast group. In the fast group, the first letter ga, so become the double with itself. So ga ga. Okay, ga ga. Like the example, Sekka, the king deity, Sekka. Here, no example. So the same way here also. Here, that's ja become the, ja ja. Okay, the first one. And then the second one, second letter here, ja, cha. That cha also become the double with the first, cha cha. Like this, here, example. We know that sitja, truth, or, jadu satya, fourfold noble truth. Okay, satya. And also, Okay, truth. And then next one is, dicha. Dicha. Okay, dicha also, truth actually. So in this way. And then, so that letter is, ja. And that letter and the fourth letter is with the aspirate. With the aspirate sound, hard sound, ja. So that letter and the fourth letter are also the same as the first and second. So ja with the ja. Okay. So example here, why not form? Maybe most of you familiar. Ja. So like this. Ija. Ija means today. Okay. Ija. And then that second or fourth letter also become with that letter as a double, ja. Okay. So here example, maybe so Bojenga, the what you're familiar, Bojenga. So enlightenment factors. Enlightenment factors. And the last one in that group is, nya. So this nya is different from the first group nga. This group nga, we never use double, right? So at the time I explained, but this nya very common as a double with itself. So here example is like the very familiar to us, benya. Here double nya, you see, benya. So Benjamin wisdom. Okay, so that is why, as a double consonant, ja, and the ja, cha. Okay, and the ja, and the ja, and then here nya. This nya is different from the nga. Only the first one. Later, we don't use the double. Later ones are we use double. Later when we see. And also, this nya is the ending consonant of its group, a palatal group. So that is why it will be double with the any other of in its group, like the nya ja. Okay, and the nya cha, and also nya ja, and then nya ja. Okay. And then nya already. So maybe example. This one. So benja. Benja mean 5. Okay, sorry. So and then the same way, jacha, so maybe incha or into, or maybe I'm not sure the meaning, but like that. Okay. So and the inja, and also maybe nya and ja also in this way. So some are a little bit rare, but we use in this way, commonly. So now this group is second group, the second pi group. They have 5 letters: ja, cha, ja, ja, nya, ja, cha, ja, ja, and nya. So the same as first group. In first group, the first one is no aspirate sound, and the second one is aspirate to the first sound, and that one is ga without heart sound. Okay, no aspirate without heart sound. And fourth one is with the heart sound or aspirate sound, gaha, gaha, like that. Okay, so here also you see, so ja without ha and cha with the ha, ja without ha and jaha with the ha and the nya. Okay, so that is second group, cha cha, ja ja, nya. So now let's move to the that group. So that group is okay, I will use new term. So retroflex. So retroflex sound. So retroflex means retro or retro when we if we pronounce those sound, so our turn back, become back. So that is fine. So actually not exactly the same as the da. Okay, T in English, but in Pali we pronounce the da. Okay, but with the dot. So that means when we pronounce that letter, so our turn a little bit, turn back, return back. So da, da, not as the da, okay? Da, not so easy as the da. So, and then second is, tra, okay? Tra. And the letter is da, da, da. And fourth letter is with the aspirate sound, da, da, okay? But in Myanmar, quite difficult to pronounce those letters, with the hard sound, or to be different from the, the fourth group, da, 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 na. At the time, we was trying to, pronounce harder than the, fourth group, by the da, ta, da, da, na, and so on. A little bit harder sound. But actually not exactly like that. So read with the hearts, with the retroflex sound, and then na, na, okay, da, ta, da, da, na, da, ta, da, da, na, like that. So double, becoming double also the same as this one, the same as second group. Okay, when I give the example, so it will take times. So that is why later when we learn the, we are forming the word at the time. We see many examples. But they are just to know formula. So that is here. I will skip the example. So da become the da. Okay, and then da with the cha. Okay, and the da with the da, and the da with the da ha, and then na itself, na na. Okay, so and also the last one can be found like this. When we, spell the word, okay. So, okay, so these 5 letters we can pronounce da, ta, da, da, na. Da, ta, da, da, na. Okay, da, ta, da, da, na. Da, ta, da, da, na. Okay, now let's move to the next. So, next group is dentals. Okay, dental related to the teeth. So that means when we pronounce these letters, we need to use our teeth. But any letters we pronounce, so we use our tongue. Okay, so our tongue is here instrument to pronounce. We call it, karana or something like that. But that is, we don't count, that tongue as a, place of articulation from which those letters come, because every part need to be touched by our tongue to pronounce. So that is why the first group, our throat and the, end of our tongue, so trying to touch each other. At the time we pronounce ga, ka, ga, ga, nga. And then the second group, maybe middle part of our tongue touch to our palate. So we pronounce these 5 letters: ja, cha, ja, ja, nya. And then, so now retroflex sounds also we use our tongue. But at the time, the position of our tongue is different from the other. So becoming returning back. So returning, that is why it's called the retroflex. So da, ta, da, da, na. At that time also, touching to the roof of our mouth. So maybe up the tip of Pāļi. Okay, so cha cha ja ja nya, but not different, not the same place. Ta 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 na. Okay, so now dental. So when we pronounce these dental, okay, ta. So tip of our tongue touched to the end of our teeth. So that is why those letters, comes from our teeth. They are related to our tongue, our teeth. That is what they call, dental. Da, and the second is with the aspirate, ta, and the da, harder than, the first two, voiced, we call it. And the daha, so with the aspirate, and then the last one is, na, without dot, you see? So these are also the same as fast, become the da da double and the da ta. Okay, da da become the and the da da, and then na na, like that. So and also the last one is ending consonant. The ending consonant of this group can become a double with each of, so any letter of its group, like that. And so that is why, very systematically, the Asian scholars, or maybe in Pali, what order is like that? Order of letter or alphabet is like that. So based on their usage, as well as based on their pronunciation, and based on their place of articulation. And then last group is, related to our lips. That is what we call it, labial. Okay, labial. So when we pronounce this letter, so we need to touch our lips each other. Ba. So other than we don't use our tongue. Okay, ba. That is ba. And then with the hard sound, pa, 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 pa. And then harder than voice sound, ba. Harder than the ba, ba. Okay, voice sound. So that is, the first two we call the, unvoiced soft sound. And then that ba with the aspirate, baha, baha. And the last one is, ma. Okay. So the same as first one, ba, and the ba fa. And the ba, baha. Okay. And then ma. So the last letter here, ma, also become the with each one. Ma, ba, and the ma, pa, and the ma, ba, and then ma, baha. Okay. So in this way, later when you spell, we will see. So these are, 5 groups. 5 groups. They have each group has 5 letters. Okay. So altogether 5 multiplied by 5. So 25 letters are called the group consonants. Group consonants. So because later firstly we need to learn the grouplet consonants. Now, so grouplet consonants. Okay. So grouplet consonants are the parts are, so semi-vowels. Okay. Semi-vowels. So the first one is, ya, not y, ya, ya. In Myanmar, so sorry, in Pāli we pronounce the ya, ya. Maybe in some language also they pronounce it, ya. So that ya is related to the e, related to the e. So because that ya and e are interchangeable. Sometimes, so that e vowel followed by the vowel, another vowel at the time. So that e can be changed to the ya. Okay. And also maybe sometimes that ya also return back to the e also. Rarely we can see. So and then, in pronunciation also they are related. They are related. For example, now we are using the English so as a medium language. So in English, here, I am, right? I am. But when we conjoin these two words as a, so for example, as a, contracted form, and then we pronounce I am, not I am. So between these I and am, we put yasa. I am. That is influenced by it. That's it. I, it, sa. Okay. In this way, we can see in many languages we can find. So that is why this ya is called the semi-vowels. So actually related to the e, not to the other.
Hey, could you please repeat that?
Okay. So this ya we call the semi-vowel. Semi-vowel, actually consonant, but we call it semi-vowel. So semi-vowel, part of that ya has a nature of the vowel. So that means this ya is related to the vowel, especially e vowel. So later we will see, maybe among you, some are, familiar with the Pāli a little bit. So you see, this root is C, is maybe 2 line down. Okay, 2 line down. So after that, when we join the, conjugation sign, okay, later we will see. Now just, so to point out that semi-vowel. So now C and the A. So in this position, each vowel is followed by the, A at the time. So they become the, Saya. So maybe grammatically, it become lengthened and then, so, but here the point is partly related to the ya, to the e, you see? We use saya, not e itself. So in this way, ya is related to the e. Okay. So language are based on the, pronunciation. Maybe every language. So that is why I showed this example. In English, so when you say I and the am, slowly, I am, but when we pronounce, quickly, so automatically become the I am. I am, no I am, I am. So Even though here I and the M, so become the, I am. M also, even though consonant in English, but in front of the M, starting with the consonant power sound. So that is why between these two vowels, ya is inserted in pronunciation. But in Pali, so that ya can be seen clearly like this. But in English, just pronunciation. I am. Maybe in other language also. So that is automatically because this ya also related to the, when we learn those vowels here, platter. This ya also actually belong to the platter group, comes from platter. This ya, platter, comes from palate. Ya, partly. That is, and they are related to each other. Okay. So the point here I want you to understand is why this ya is called the semi-vowel. So that means that ya is very or closely related to the e, maybe e also, e or e, because they are from the same group, palates, platter. Later, when we form the word, so ya change to the e or e change to the ya, maybe partly or completely, we can see. Okay, now next semi-vowel is what. Okay, so this wa is related to the wa to the u or u, maybe sometimes or also. So those u or u are also from the labial sound. Labial sound. We can check again. That is I introduced when we learn the vowel. Here u or u are so labial. Okay, and they all also maybe partly labial, partly gatra. You see, ow. So that is why this what sound is semi-vowel, so partly related to the u or o. That means later when we form a word, so u change to the wa or wa change to the u or like that. So we will see. And then the other two, the first, the semi-vowel are ra. But this ra is actually in the Asian language, like the Sanskrit or Vedic Sanskrit or classical Sanskrit. This ra is related to the read or how to type. Maybe read or something like that. Read. Okay, but that read vowel already lost in Pali stage. We don't use read vowel, but so the result of that read vowel we will see when we learn later. That is, okay, not to be confused. Sanskrit vowel, Sanskrit vowel. So that is why when I introduce 8 vowels. So in Pali, those read actually language already lost. Actually, in Sanskrit, so read vowel. Okay, and then the other one is how to type. I don't know. Actually, so this re, but with the long sign, re. Okay, re. These are also lingual or retroflex sound, retroflex vowel. But in Pali already lost. So that is why even though this ra is called the semi vowel, but in Pali not related to any vowel. A, I, I, U, E, or among these 8, not related to any vowel of them. Just related to the re. Okay. And then next is la. La. So that one also, that la is related to the lyric vowel. That lyric vowel is dental vowel in Sanskrit. So even in Sanskrit also, that for the lyric vowel already lost. They don't use long. Already lost. Okay, that one also, Sanskrit vowel. So now rapidly I introduce some, how at the very beginning when I introduced Pali, so Pali is a branch of the, Indo-Aryan, right? So that is why, they have such a relation we can see. At the time, when we solve, when we find how this one is formed systematically. So only, Pali grammar perspective, we can explain in some word. At the time, we need to, trace back the how Sanskrit word is formed. At the time, from that Sanskrit word, how developed Pali, or such a example later we will see. That is, a bit by a bit, I introduce to you all. So that is why these are ya, and then wa, ra, and la. These 4 are called the semi vowel in Pali easy. You see, these semi vowel ya, wa, ra, la. Okay. Ya, wa, ra, la. So now next letter is sibilant. So sibilant is just sibilant starts on s or like that. Okay. Just starts. Okay, so that sibilant are also in Pali only sa, but in Sanskrit, sa, and then maybe sha, and then the other one also sha. So three sibilants, but in Pali only this one. But later, such a relation also we will see. That is just for your knowledge. Sanskrit sibilants, but in Pali only sa. So the other 2 are lost. So even though we are learning Pali grammar, Pali easy, but we should know that one. That is, partly I introduced, because later such a usage we can see. So, for example, root dis, okay, root dis in Pali, to see, but In Sanskrit, root is, darish. So re already lost in Pali. That is, instead of re, we use the e, but sha. This sha here appear as a sa. The same meaning, to see. That is Sanskrit root. So these are related to civilian. And then next is so aspirate. So aspirate is a ha sa. Okay, just ha. So aspirate is just ha sa. Ha. So this ha this ha. Okay, later. Now I will skip so not to confuse. Just ha sound also okay. And the last one is next one is lingo. That one also actually la, but when we pronounce la itself, so our time back inside. So and also in some form, rarely we can see, that la is replaced by the da. In this way, we can see that is called the lingo or maybe dan so retroflex, lingual or retroflex. That's such an interchangeable we can see da to the la or la to the da. Okay. And the last one is neither. Okay. So neither. So in Pali, it is called the negahita. 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 Negahita means neither. So that negahita, okay, joining with the always short vowel in Pali, like the and the aim and the o, always joining with the added to the short vowel a, I, u, not with the a, not with the e, not with the u. So that means if we see, so like this, maybe currently, so the past word is ending in the e to the e, if we add the negahita, so automatically, so that e, long e, becomes short before the, negahita. So such a rule will happen. Okay. The same way, when we see R, the word is ending in the R. Okay. To R, if we add the negahita, so that one will be changed to the, like this. Short one, long one becomes short. Okay. So the same way, Om also. So if we see currently Om, but later the U becomes short, become the O. Because even though, when we see that R, but so this negahita, the nasal is closed sound, not open sound, open voice, closed voice. So that is when we, actually are, but we put negative the voice or the sound already close automatically. If we say now, lots of nasal we can see. Lots of nasal sound we can see. So that means naturally those long vowel and the nasal are, quite opposite. They cannot join together. So occasionally, if we join, those long vowel become short based on pronunciation. Okay. So now all of these 33 consonants already introduced to you all. So the first chapter is consonants or alphabets in Pali. So there are 41 letters. So among them, 8 vowels and the 33 consonants. So in the 8 vowel here, a, I, u, e, o. So a and the e and the u. These three are short. The rest are a, e, u, e, o are long. So 3 short vowels, 5 long vowels. Okay. And then here, guttural, ka, ka, ga, ga, nga. Okay, again. So actually, consonant alone cannot be pronounced. Because they have half a meter, not 1 meter completed. So only short vowel a has a 1 meter, 1 metric. So that is why, even though here I pronounce, ka, that is together with the, a sound. So ka alone, consonant alone, maybe like that. We cannot pronounce clearly. They can be pronounced. Okay, so now just to understand or just to pronounce easily, ka, ka, ga, gha, nga. And then ja, cha, ja, ja, nya. And then da, ta, da, da, na. Da, ta, da, da, na. Ba, pa, ba, ba, ma. Okay. And then semi vowel, ya, wa, ra, la. Ya, wa, ra, la. The sibilant sa. Aspirate, ha. And the lingual or retroflex, la. And the nasal. So, we cannot pronounce that nasal. Always together with the, short vowel, aim, o. Okay. So here in Pāļi easy, maybe you have soft copy, a PDF file. So R pronounced likely, as or R. That is close sound, not exactly. Okay, not exactly as or art, or maybe that just similar word or similar pronunciation. Okay, that is why, I don't focus on the Pāļi easy explanation. Okay, here part of speech. Now we already studied the alphabet in Pali or letters, 41 letters we already learned. Now, in this part of speech, so even though, here all declined words such as noun, pronouns, adjectives, and declinable participles are summed up under the term nama. So nama and the Akhayata and the Nipada and the Upasaka. You see, only 4 parts of speech in Pali. 4 parts of speech in Pali. So that one I introduced to you. Okay, now again. So 4 parts of speech. Okay, nama, roughly noun, but under the nama, all of the adjective, all of the numeral, all of the declinable words are included. And the archaea above, okay, and the ubasaka prefix, and the nibbada also particle or indeclinable particle. So, and the nama and the archaea are inflected. Okay, ubasaka and nibbada indeclinable, non-inflected. So, inflection of the nama are called the declension, and inflection of the archaea are called the conjugation. Okay, that is just reviewing to you. So now, among these two inflected ones, here stems are okay. Inflections, okay, inflection. So inflection of the nama is called the declension, and then inflection of the archaea above is called the conjugation. Okay. So now, related to next chapter we will learn the conjugation archaea above. So that is I will introduce that one. So archaea is above or conjugation. So related to the above, we need to know the tenses. Tense. So tense, like the other languages, present tense, and then past tense, and then future tense. So 5 tenses, and then so tense and mood. Okay, so tense and moods. So 3 tenses here, and then 3 tenses and 3 moods. And then 3 modes are so imperative modes, optative modes, and then so conditional modes. Later, how they are used well in detail. Now, just introducing the term or name of those terms. So now, related to the above or archaea, that we need to know 3 tenses and 3 moods. And another one is past tense. Okay, past tense. So persons are like the other language. We have the three person, first person, second person, and then third person. Okay. So in English, in this way, the number of order, the order of person is like that. But in Pāli, so we familiar with this one. Third person is first, and then second person. So after that, so first person. I remember one of our CRO, point out that one because Buddhism is non-self, about the focus on the non-self. So that is why self is not important. Put back in this way. One theology said that one. So anatta, not atta. Atta means self. Okay, that theology speech I remember now. And then last one is number. Number in Sanskrit or three numbers, singular, and then so plural, singular number and plural number, but maybe in Sanskrit, so jewel number also, jewel also. That is in Sanskrit. Pāli we don't use jewel, only singular and plural. Okay. So now, so related to the archeada above, so we need to know three tenses and three modes, and then three person, first person, second person, third person, and the two numbers, singular and plural. Okay, so these are basic information for the archeada above in Pāli. So okay, now 1 hour already. So any question? If you have, you can raise. You have 10 minutes. Okay.
Pandey,
Yeah.
Namo Buddhaya.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to know, is there a link that we can revisit the lectures, the lessons that we are having now, so we can familiarize more?
These are not just introduction actually. You don't need to memorize yet.
Okay.
Okay.
And will there be a Zoom link on top of the ID and the password? Because some friends don't download the Zoom and they might need the link to join. Is there the possibility to have the link to the class as well?
Okay. I don't know how to share the link. So maybe they have email or not.
Yeah, if you want to share the links, you just click on participant and there's an option, there's copy invite links, and you can copy that link and then share it to people. You see right next to participants, and then there's the arrow, and then you click on it, and then you can see there's copy invite link. You see, Pāļi?
Copy invite link. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you click on it, there would be a copy link for you, and you can share it with email or with text to anybody you want.
Okay, but I don't have their email. So who?
Oh, can we put on the chat now so we can copy ourselves?
Yes. Okay. I will do it now.
And Pāļi, because somebody doing the recording of your class, a host or someone doing it. So if that person can share that recording, The other students watch
yeah,
that.
I also posted on YouTube, and then I shared the YouTube link also.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you. Thank you, Bandit.
Okay. Any more question? Okay, so today's lecture is just introduction, so you don't need to yeah, my name. So this is YouTube name, YouTube channel name.
Hey, if you click on the chat box and then they say to everybody, so if you click on that,
Sorry. Okay,
it will
okay,
show to everybody instead of one
okay,
individual person.
okay, okay. So okay, so if no question, so let's stop here. Asking to us something.
There is no question regarding the second group, second consonant group. Can you hear me, Sarah?
Sorry, your voice is not clear to me.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can, but a bit noisy, maybe background. Or your microphone is not work well, I think.
It's okay. So check later. Later I will ask. Thank you so much.
Okay, okay. Okay, so no more question. So let's stop here. See you next time. By saying sadhu, 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 sadhu.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Thank you, Bandit. See you
Welcome.
Friday.
See you Friday.